Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Adventures in Dudeness. So glad you could join me this morning on your way to work, possibly, or maybe just getting home or whatever. But speaking of work, right? We all go out there. Well, hopefully, go out there and bust our asses to pay our bills, take care of our families. Do the thing, right? We are men, and men work. Right, you can't discount us on that in one form or another. But a little on a little personal side note here. My wife and I we're kind of at a deadline here. We have some stuff going on where we need to pay off some serious debt and save some serious fucking money over probably a little bit over a year, right? And I'm sure many people out there have been in our same predicament, and maybe not in such a short time, but unfortunately, this is what happens when we think we have more time than we really do to do certain things. So we are actively out here busting our asses, working 2 jobs each, trying to work as many hours a day as we can. And with that said, we are having to make some cutbacks and change some things, and maybe do not buy the name brands, or not get as much in groceries every week, or cut back on going out to dinner and ordering food, pizza, stuff like that. Maybe containing ourselves, or regulating ourselves when it comes to Amazon and all the gadgets and trinkets and such that I myself personally just really enjoy purchasing and owning. And definitely, as you know, our country, the great United States of America, unfortunately, well, I guess not unfortunately, but one of its founding principles is capitalism, right? So we have been driven and created and formed to be a society of consumers, some of the biggest consumers in the world, actually, and that all drives up supply and demand and business and economy and all that stuff. Really, it's supposed to be good. It gives us the freedom where if we want to create a business or sell a product, that we are free and able to do so. It gives us places of employment. It does many good things. I'm not trying to shoot it down whatsoever. So don't think that. But with that said, when you are trying to save money and you are used to a certain way, a certain lifestyle, certain way of living, it can be tough to spend a little over a year like really constrained and working and changing a lot of things. Now, what you start to realize is the things that you start to look at different aspects of your life, and maybe you don't need some of those things. Maybe it was just silly. Maybe you don't need, all the 25 streaming subscriptions, or, to hit Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts every morning, or things of that nature. Maybe it's a change for the good. Maybe it'll humble you and simplify your life. There's a lot of benefits when it comes to saving money and cutting back, and especially when you have a goal in mind, right? It gives you driving force to accomplish something. But while a year seems like not over, not a lot of time. I mean, a year is fairly short, especially when you're trying to accomplish a very large goal. It can also feel very long when, life turns into just the numbness and robot mode, autopilot of getting up, going to work, coming home, going to bed, day after day after day after day after day, with nothing to break it up, nothing to look forward to. Even though we have that big main goal that we're working towards, right? It's hard because it's such a so far away, and such a huge overtaking or huge accomplishment that sometimes the waters get muddied and we lose sight of that. So, and we've talked about before setting realistic goals and accomplishments and stuff like that. But that's not what today is about. And really, today's not about saving money per se. But what it is I want to give you or present to you a list of 100 things, 100 activities that you can go do for free that cost you absolutely nothing. I think that's really important because it breaks the monotony. And when the monotony is broken up, it makes you're a happier person. So you're happier that there's like, we don't have to, because we have to save money, or any challenge that we face, whether it's weight loss or anything, we don't have to make it miserable, right? So today I want to try to give you some activities that may help with, it's primarily about saving money or cutting back, or just a different way of looking at things. But I want you to apply it to whatever you think. This could be used, like I said, for a multitude of different things, whether it's going to school and trying to get a diploma, or which takes a lot of discipline, weight loss, fitness. Speaking of fitness, if you're in need, if you got that dad bod going on, and you want to get ready for summer, which obviously we're almost to April, so your timeline is a little close for suns out, guns out season. I want you to get a hold of my dear friend, Mr. James Jennings. Head over to his Facebook page, Kilo Foxtrot Fitness. That's Kilo Foxtrot Fitness. You can find his page over on Facebook, but he will help whip your fucking ass into shape so you can feel good and confident about yourself, live a healthier lifestyle, maybe work on some personal things, just all kinds of stuff all around to make you a better dude. So yeah, go ahead and head over there. Shameless plug for him. Brought totally organic, not paid for, just trying to help a good friend out. So head over there and check his stuff out if you really want to get your shit together. But with that said, we'll dive into this list here, and hopefully this will alleviate, some of those things. Like we look forward to vacations and camping trips and concerts and hockey games, and there's a lot of stuff that we look forward to do, we look forward to doing. And unfortunately, all that stuff is going to have to take a back seat this year, which is going to make us pretty fucking miserable, because it's going to make life boring and mundane. So I decided to take it upon myself, because it affects me the worst. Really, it really frustrates me when I feel like I'm just in neutral, kind of. So I took it upon myself to ask the supercomputers of the world what I can do for free, and not still enjoy life, and still try to accomplish our goal of trying to kind of cut back and save a lot of money. So here we go. We're gonna jump into the first thing, and that's called this grouping of 10 things is going to be all based on the outdoors. Speaking of the outdoors, I don't think you realize, but I've taken on a second project, and I'm going to present it to you today. And I think it's far enough in the future of when I record this that I'm pretty confident in putting this out there. If you happen to be a like-minded individual, or you're into the outdoors or some backyard stuff, which a lot of the stuff I'll be doing can be cross-posted, but I just there's some other things I'm into that I didn't really feel like fit adventures in dudeness, and kind of what I'm trying to do with men's lifestyle and stuff. This is going to be sort of a little bit of different things, but definitely appeal to men and men's activities that they enjoy doing. But it's going to be, so I have a new YouTube channel, and I'll announce that here today. It is the Dude Outdoors. You can find me on YouTube and Rumble, and then I have an Instagram and all that kind of stuff. So if you're into camping or gardening or doing stuff outside, maybe building some things, or walks in the woods, all that kind of stuff that I am into, and you want to see what I'm doing, you can head over to the Dude Outdoors YouTube channel or Rumble and check out my videos there. Doing some kind of preparedness stuff, survival, emergency type stuff. Also, just some leisurely backyard activities, like smoking of meats, which I just love to do on my smoker, especially in the summertime, and some grilling and some bonfires out back, and taking care of our garden this year, and all that good stuff. So wanted to put that together, and just kind of use this as a platform, which hopefully my audience has grown since this recording, yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. So if you're interested in that stuff, please head over to the Dude Outdoors YouTube channel, and check that that kind of stuff out if you like that. So anyway, back to our list here. Outdoors, go for a walk in nature, watch the sunrise or sunset, visit a local park, go for a hike, stargaze on a clear night, have picnic with food you already have, go bird watching, practice yoga outdoors. Back to the having a picnic with food you already have. There ain't no shame in some old, as my dad called them, standbys, which is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Making some standbys, grabbing a couple bags of chips, or throw them in Ziploc bags, and quite honestly, I don't really drink anything but water these days, which comes out of your fucking faucet. So definitely a manageable way to kind of maybe have a little day outing. Collect interesting rocks or leaves. This can be dangerous. My grandson loves to collect rocks, and he has a lot of them. And as we know, many stones gathered together are heavy. So yes, obviously that could get, and they're no stone is they're like snowflakes. There's none that are the same as the other. So you have to collect them all. And then go for a bike ride if you have a bike. I don't have a bike. I don't like bikes. I tried. For a man of my stature, it just doesn't work. Okay, next thing is social activities. Host a game night with games you own. Used to do this on a monthly basis. I wouldn't say it was totally free, but very minimal investment. I would get maybe a new game once a month or something. Obviously, it says what games you own, so a deck of cards, usually you have that around your house, or Monopoly, something like that. And then your food and beverages, which we would do as a collective or a co-op. People would bring some things to share, and then obviously BYOB. Organize a potluck. Call or video chat with a friend. Plan a walking tour of your town with friends. Call or video chat with a friend. Just as of recent, and it's still pretty cold as I record this, as, I've mentioned, this is previously recorded. I went across the street. I haven't seen my neighbor in a while across the street because it's, been cold out, so we haven't been having fires and stuff. And we all kind of hibernate in this cold, shitty weather. As I record this, feels like 2 degrees outside or some shit. It's fucking miserable and dreadful to live here. But I digress. Anyway, I went over and just kind of hung out with him. And, he had a few beers, which I don't drink anymore. But, nonetheless, just had some conversations and stuff. And I was like overwhelmed with how grateful he really was to just have me stop by and just hang out for, an hour and a half or so. So yeah, you could do that, or you could go visit a friend in the neighborhood. I also have another friend who lives quite a ways away from me, and we haven't been able to really schedule it, but hop on old Facebook Messenger there, or FaceTime, or Zoom, or whatever you use, and just, have a cup of coffee and hang out for a half hour and just kind of talk to each other. It's much different than just talking on the phone, being able to see their face. And as COVID showed us that, during COVID, we used to host a family happy hour on like Saturdays. So about 5:00, everybody would, all the family would hop on a Zoom call, and we'd have some beers and hang out and kind of do that sort of thing. But it was nice. It's technology benefits us in that way, where we can see people that are far away face to face, and while we're not right next to them, we can definitely spend some time together, which I think is important. Plan a walking tour of your town with friends. Have a book swap. Volunteer at a local organization. Yes, 100%. There's all kinds of organizations out there that are dying for people to come volunteer, and you do something good for not only the people that you serve and your community, but also for yourself. Play charades. Have a movie marathon with DVDs or streaming services you already have. Start a free group fitness challenge. We're doing that right now with my family. It's based on steps, and I'm not in last place, but I'm kind of getting my ass kicked by my my sister's boyfriend, which doesn't really make me very happy. Play a sport in the park, soccer, frisbee, etc. Frisbee too, as hippie-ish as it sounds. I like to play frisbee. We came up with a really cool game back long ago when I was a young man, and we had this really cool LED light up frisbee. Of course, it was a drinking game, because what wasn't back then. But yeah, it was kind of cool. We would stand out in the backyard in the middle of the night for hours playing that fucking game. It was a blast. Now we'll move on to creative pursuits. Draw or paint something. If you're into art and you have that talent, God bless you, because I sure as fuck don't. Write a story, poem, or song. Learn origami. Practice photography with your phone. Start journaling, also great option. And you know what? The photography thing is as well. Try your hand at embroidery or sewing, make a vision board from old magazines, learn a dance routine from YouTube, create a scrapbook with what you have at home, write a letter to your future self. I would also like to point out, not that I'm overly successful, but start a podcast. Obviously, I've invested a little bit into my equipment over time, but I originally started with just a headset and my laptop. I mean, everybody has headphones these days with a built-in microphone, and everybody has a phone too. Start a YouTube channel, start making videos of stupid stuff. I know it blew up huge during COVID, right? Little just popped into my head, a little tinfoil hat idea here. You know, COVID, TikTok had just come out, who we believe is owned by China, right? TikTok had just come out, and then all of a sudden we get COVID and everybody's locked up in their house. And guess what happens? TikTok blows up. And I think back then it was called Musical.ly maybe, or something else. I can't remember. But I remember watching my kids for hours and hours and hours and hours doing TikToks or Musical.lys or whatever it used to be called. So I don't know. Conspiracy? What do you think? Let me know. Put it in the comments. Email me. Reach out on social media. Tell me, was TikTok or Musical.ly, was there a conspiracy there? Anyway, I digress. Write a letter to your future self. I think I already said that. Create a scrapbook. Yeah, that's always good to gather memories. I mean, that's a good free thing to do and thoughtful. Learning and skills. Take a free online course, watch educational videos, practice a new language, learn to juggle, try cooking a new recipe with what's in your pantry. I mean, you could even cook a new recipe that you find over at AID TV or Adventures in Dudeness TV's YouTube channel, Rumble, or Odysee, where I do an Around the Grill every month and bring you delicious recipes tested by my family, of course, straight to your phone or computer that you can try out yourself. Experiment with a DIY science project, memorize a poem or speech, practice playing an instrument if you have one, improve your handwriting, and study constellations. This is a strange list. Okay, at home, declutter your living space, rearrange your furniture, deep clean a specific area, organize your closet, create a list of goals, try meditation, start a gratitude journal, repair items that need fixing, create a playlist of your favorite songs, take a nap. I would say out of that, there's probably a lot of projects around the house that probably don't cost any money. I'm talking about, tightening up drawer handles, or maybe fixing that toilet that runs all the time, stuff like that we just don't sometimes get to because we're off doing other things. And since we're not off doing other things anymore, really, besides going to work because we're trying to save money, and that's the whole point of this episode. We now have the time to go in and deal with those things and take care of those. So yeah, repair items that need fixing. And then on top of that, like we just had an episode a few weeks ago, you could take the time to develop your little space, your little man cave or corner or whatever. Collect some things from around the house and do that as well. Or if you want to get into podcasting or YouTube or whatever, make yourself a little studio with some stuff you got laying around. Physical activity. Do a home workout. Go for a run. Try body weight exercises. Practice deep breathing exercises. Dance around your living room. Learn basic Tai Chi. Stretch or do a mobility session. Create an obstacle course at home or in your yard. Do yard work or gardening. Practice shadow boxing. Yes. Okay. Physical activity. Entertainment. Read a book you already own. Listen to podcasts like mine, Adventures in Dudeness, every Monday morning at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Watch a free live stream or webinar, which I do live streams. I didn't today, though. This is Sunday. I didn't do the live stream today. I had some other stuff that I had to attend to, unfortunately, but I'll make sure that I stay on top of that. Try free online games. Play a card game, try solving a Rubik's Cube, write a play and act it out. Create a scavenger hunt for yourself or others. Host a karaoke night at home. Look up local free events. Actually, yeah, local free events are cool, especially when it's tailored to your hobby. And, usually it's especially if you like the outdoors, I talk about and shoot videos on. on the Dude Outdoors YouTube and Rumble channel. There's all kinds of like free nature walks and stuff, or kayaking groups and paddleboarding groups or hiking groups, all kinds of stuff. Bird watching. You could really find a new hobby in the outdoors. Inside stuff is like, I think like poetry readings or open mics, karaoke, things like that, all free to go to and enjoy and participate in. So I think that's a really great idea. There was another thing to do, and this is an outdoor activity as well, because that's what I'll be honest with you. Like, I know we have, I know this is called Adventures in Dudeness, and basically what Adventures in Dudeness is supposed to be about is like day-to-day normal life for normal guys like myself, right? We work, we have a family, we take care of shit, whatever. But I do like a lot of outdoor things. I work outdoors, I recreate outdoors. Most of my life is spent outdoors. And to be honest with you, I don't think I could ever spend my life inside, especially working a job inside, ever again. I just can't. It feels restrictive. I don't like it. It fucking bothers me. But something that I did when we lived in Florida that I had gotten into, and of course right around the pandemic, there's two things. One's called geocaching and the other one is called Munzie. Both of them are free to do, and it's like an outdoor scavenger hunt. You just download the app on your phone. There is paid versions of them, but you don't need to pay for it to participate, and that would entertain you. Get your kids into it. There's like riddles involved and problem solving, critical thinking. It really is a good time. There's a huge community around it. I know it sounds really nerdy and dorky, but like it is. It's a lot of fun. It is. So that's also an option that I would like to bring up. Reflection and mindfulness. Write down things you're grateful for. Meditate for a few minutes. Practice mindfulness exercises. Write about your dreams. Visualize your future goals, which right here, this episode, all about my future goals. How do I keep myself occupied and happy while I'm trying to obtain or achieve my future goals? Practice positive affirmations. Spend time focusing on your breathing. Go tech-free for an hour. Reflect on your year. List your proudest accomplishments. Also, if you would like some other information or some other ways to kind of improve your life or reflect or be mindful and gratitude and all that stuff, you can head over and go check out the Keep Fighting podcast. I apologize because it used to be called something else. The Keep Fighting podcast, check them out, check out their episodes, all kinds of stuff, all kinds of episodes about working on yourself and being the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. You can find that on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, I think Amazon Music, just about anywhere you can find a podcast. Of course, listen to Adventures in Dudeness first before you move on to the Keep Fighting podcast. I would appreciate that. Please take some time to check that out and support the host of that podcast as well. Fun challenges. Try a no-spend day or week. Well, that's the whole idea of this. So attempt a freeze puzzle or brain teaser. Learn to whistle a tune. Write with your non-dominant hand. Try mirror writing or backward writing. Attempt to identify plants in your area. See how long you can balance on one foot. Learn a magic trick. Try to solve a riddle or crossword puzzle. Make a tower with household items. Now we'll go into nature and relaxation, and this will be our last 10 here. So please just bear with me. I know it's been kind of a little bit of a long episode. Sit and listen to nature sounds. Make a daisy chain or flower crown. Watch clouds and name their shapes. Skip stones on a pond or lake. Take a barefoot walk on grass or sand. They say that you should be spending 10 minutes barefoot outside every day to keep yourself grounded. Feed ducks with proper food, not bread. Build a sandcastle. Start a nature journal. Watch ants or insects at work. Simply relax and enjoy the moment. That was something that I really used to enjoy when we lived in Florida, was all the different wildlife that was around. The rabbits and the lizards and the birds, and you would have no idea what would show up in your front yard and stuff. And there was always just stuff to watch and stuff to look at. And it really is relaxing. Here, we watch the birds and the squirrels. So it really can be relaxing. But yeah, there it is. There is your list. There's your list of 100 free things to do while you're saving money and trying to cut back and maybe accomplish a huge goal. Maybe you need to buy a home. Maybe you need to buy a new car. Maybe you're having a baby. Maybe you're, I don't know. Maybe you want a new puppy. I don't know. But whatever you're trying to save money for, it really can be very boring and mundane and very frustrating because, you have to be very disciplined. And I'll be honest with you, these days, not many of us are very disciplined. So hopefully these list of activities can keep you occupied for the foreseeable future until you reach your goal. That's what I hope for you. As always, thanks for listening. I'm glad that you're here. Thanks for tuning in, taking the time out of your day to listen to what I have to say. Please tell your friends, your family, give me a star rating, share the show, follow the YouTube, follow the Rumble, the Odysee, the Instagram, the Facebook, the X, all the stuff. Go check it out. Please support me. I appreciate it. And I want you to be the man that you are meant to be. Have a great week, and thanks for listening.